Hello and welcome you crazy people, my name is Jay and Games Workshop have pretty much just finished the online preview for all of the Warhammer stuff coming in the next whatever amount of time, and there is some big news and some big updates for all kinds of games. 40k, Kill Team, Age of Sigmar, and a new game which is in the Warhammer Quest universe basically. So we'll have a quick look at all of them. We'll jump right in. Apart from, I do want to say, just so you're aware, there are some models lately from Games Workshop I'm not really a big massive fan of, and then there's others that I'm like more of a fan than I would normally be. I don't know why, but it's creating some polarizing thoughts in my head for whatever reason. Let's just jump straight in. Anyway, so the way they do this is that they did a live stream and they show what the stuff that they showed first is at the top, and the stuff that they showed last is at the bottom. The first thing they showed was this Adeptus Sororitas or whatever, Sisters of Battle. It's the Paragon Warsuit, sort of like a Terminator, I guess. I don't really follow 40k too much. And just what I was saying about models that I don't really like, the one thing that like instantly makes me think, what in this model is like, it doesn't look like she fits. Like, her head's here. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Well, look, her head and the word that her legs would go would, like, it feels like she'd be in a very awkward sort of like split pose. I find it weird. I guess is the nicest thing I could say. However, the model itself looks fine. I'm sure it's going to be fine and nobody really complain. But the fact that her body doesn't really, like, it feels like her feet would be, just below the crotch area of the actual mechanical thing, and then that's going to be a little bit weird. We go, whatever, it is what it is. Some people won't care, but for me, it just took me out of the believing it and think, oh, was she fitting? It is what it is. Then some news that we did know about: Kill Team Pariah Nexus. We weren't 100% sure what we were getting, but it was, I mean, this is the standard thing. It's an expansion with rules for new stuff, and then rules for the Indomitus box set, and then it's actually more like an arena board. So I'll play this. You might be able to hear this, but I'm actually going to just like mute it a little bit. I'm going to just skip through it because this bit's boring, but I want to show you the video of the terrain. If you're interested in terrain made easy, always go check out there if you want to make some Necron terrain. We've got Necron terrain. These are new models. We have the rules for them, but they're new models. I forgot what they're called. The flayed ones, and I want to say aggressors. I'm not sure. The terrain. I just want to. Let's pause it here. The terrain looks good. This board looks good, right? But the verticality of it, bit lacking. Very much like a Kill Team Arena. In that sense, the doors look great. Really gives you that sort of Necron base kind of feel. I mean, I quite like it. I don't know. Kill Team, I always thought like it was really good to have verticalness and gameplay around that and falling and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're interested in this board, this box, you get these. What are they called? I can't remember what these are called. The Necron, the Space Marines are called Heavy Intercessors. There you go. And don't get me wrong, Space Marines always look good. If you like Space Marines, there's nothing to dislike here. They are some classic Space Marines. And then it's the set with Necrons, the new flayed ones. Fine. I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent on those. But what's actually in the box, this is the interesting bit. So we can expect this to probably be about £85. That's how much these boxes are generally these days. And the quantity of miniatures, obviously not that high, but it is a Kill Team box. Could it be £60? It could. Do I think it will be? No, I think it'll be 85 because of the terrain. So they do say 48 bits of Necron terrain, but they're all like small crates and doors and stuff like that. I mean, the terrain's fine. It's just, and there's enough of it for your board. Just a bit samey, I guess. It's not that like amazing. However, if you are a Necron player, you probably want it anyway. But then what are you going to do with the doors unless you make a building and put the doors on it? That actually sounds good. If they ever sell it separately, maybe I'll do that. And yeah, so you get 5 of each and like a hero. Fine, right? Presumably you won't need commanders necessarily, but they would only be you would only play them in a commanders game. See, that's what I don't really like about Kill Team. The expansion sort of like mess that up. There's I don't know, is a captain a commander, or is he in the normal Kill Team book? Can't remember, but whatever. You take the point. The book, I suspect, will be sold separately. I doubt they'll sell the terrain separately. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. If you're interested in Kill Team, I mean, buy it if you want it. Don't buy it if you don't. I suspect the book is probably enough if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Adeptus Titanicus, not gonna lie, not really bothered about this one in the slightest myself. It's a big giant. In a game that's sort of like a smaller scale, it's a big giant titan. So, I mean, it looks good. Just not interested in it at all. Like, I mean, I'm just not interested in big giant titans. Maybe I'm the crazy one. I probably am. But you can look at the scale. If you're interested in the scale, there you have it. Yeah, there's a new book. Not 100% sure what it is. Not gonna lie, was tuning out when that was on. Then we've got some Lumineth. I feel like every single Warhammer preview lately, it's just been Lumineth, right? I'm a bit sick of the Lumineth. Don't really care about them. Don't really like the elves with the cow elves, with the Asian inspired cow mountain elves that are sort of like starting to look like beastmen. Like, I'm not interested. If you're interested in this faction, fine. You do you. I'm not trying to say, don't like the thing that you like. But for me, I don't know. I like the old high elves. I like that as a concept, and you're going further away from what I liked about them. So I just don't care about it. It's not that I think the models are good. However, when I was talking about the model quality, I still think the models here look fantastic. I don't mean to be coming across super negative. It looks fantastic. It's just not for me. If there's a differentiator, there's some where I think they don't look all that great because it takes me out of the world, and then there's some where they look great but they're just not for me. If that makes any kind of sense. It does to me, but it is what it is. There's a Tech Quest book, Broken Realms, and I think that's like pushing the story forward. It's not something I've really necessarily been following. Yeah, so apparently you do actually get the book actually features War Scrolls in it for Lumineth Cities, Nurgle, Fresh Eater Courts, and the Bone Reapers. All right, I didn't realise that. I actually thought it was story. It's actually rules. Little did I realise. It is what it is. There's a new book, The Daughters of Cain, from Marathi and stuff like that. So one thing I want to say here, these are an example of ones where I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. I like the concept of this like snaky thing covered in blood. I don't know. It feels weird. Do you know what I mean? But some people look at that and be like, that's cool. And I can understand that one. This one doesn't necessarily like take me out of it. I just not a huge fan of that one. But yeah, it is what it is. If you're interested in Marathi and you're interested in Tech Quest and the Lumineth, then, get in this. And then this is where like I feel like the Twitch chat and everybody was like kicking off about these because these look great, with the exception of one obvious exception, which Pete had been doing the rounds online. These are the vampires, basically. They're called the Crimson Court for Warhammer Underworld's new faction coming out for them. And I mean, some of these are incredible. Like, some of them are really, really good. Whoa. Has she got a different... Her sword? Am I going crazy? But wait, does she have oh, you can see my mouse now. Does she have the sword through her in that image? Doesn't necessarily look like she does. Maybe I'm going crazy. Oh, she does the. This has been doing the memes online because, I mean, it's weird. But let's not lie, they're pretty good models. I'm sorry to just be skipping through that. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, it's weird. In the same set, for me, they've got incredible. And then like, what? The problem with this, for those of you who haven't like picked up on it, is the fact that she's got her sword through her, which, whilst technically possible, you could rest your sword there, flick your hair or whatever, and have your sword in your hair. It's not something you'd necessarily want, I reckon. And the fact that it's like, it looks like it's piercing her, it sort of takes me out of it, and I have to think about how did it get there. Yes, it's technically possible, but it's weird. And people have been joking, being like, oh, well, when she removes the sword, it's going to cut her and stuff like that. But yeah, the other guys are absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie. Prince Duval and Garth, these guys are cool. Like, yeah, not going to lie. These models are actually really good. I don't know if the image that was looking early on, it didn't... Where is it gone? I can't find it now. I think because it's blurry... I can't see the sword. Oh, I think that maybe that's it there. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. I was in hope. And then the big news of the stream, really, because we questioned about what the new game would be. Well, it's Warhammer Quest. A lot of people saw this coming. It's called Cursed City. I'm not going to go too much into Warhammer Quest because I don't really know too much about it, but they did show off that picture here, which when I first saw this, we saw the teaser, I was like, is this Mordheim? I didn't think it was going to be Mordheim in reality. However, it's fantastic. I really, really, really like it. Back when I used to play Warhammer Fantasy roleplay, we had like witch hunters, and that is the exact like archetypical Witch Hunter. I'd really, really, really like it. Like, it's incredible. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't say anything I can't say anything more positive about it. It's fantastic. So, I mean, I won't be buying the box just for this guy or anything, but hopefully they eventually sell him separately or something. So it's basically the good guys and bad guys. Yeah, it is what it is. They do weirdly have their own website for, I say weirdly, it's not that weird, it's a new game. They've got their own website for Curse City. So if you want to go on there and subscribe to the newsletter and find out about Jelson, Darrock, and whoever the other one is, Gorst Lab, the Gravekeeper, then, you know, you can go on there. The rest of them are coming soon. And a bit of me, I'm presuming that we had this model the other day. I'm presuming that this is from the Curse City, I would guess, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Going back to models I like and dislike, this is one that I don't like. Now, it's if you exclude the bat her, I actually really like it. It gives me a very like dark elf feeling. But the bat her, I just find I really strongly dislike it. Do you know what I mean? I really strongly don't like it. And I don't know why a bit lately, but Games Workshop are just having that feeling in me. It's like I can love something a lot, like really, 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 really like it. And then at the same hand, really, really dislike something else they're doing. Now, maybe that's intentional, but it's not something I ever really felt before, because they were just always good. But now it's, I don't know, maybe they've hit the peak of technical stuff that they want to do, and now they're going for like aesthetic design choices, and it's just not working for me in some of them, and it's amazing on the others. It is what it is. Warhammer Quest, if you're interested in that, I said go check that out. It's been a long running series. I was a bit hopeful that it would be something a bit bigger than that, but I mean, it is what it is. Some really big news though we had. I mean, the Sisters of Battle sort of Terminator thing is fine, especially if you're a big fan of Sisters of Battle. I'm sure you'll really like that. The Kill Team box, it's what we sort of expected. It's rules for everything in the new box, but they're throwing in some new models. Oh, one thing I almost missed. Let's talk about it. Let's go back onto it. One thing they did mention, and I really hate the fact that Games Workshop do this, and if you made it to the end of this video, do let me know if you feel the same way. You can only get those miniatures in that box. Can't even find the bloody thing. You can only get the miniatures in this box at release. You can only get them in that box at release. That's terrible. I hate that. They've done that for characters before. They are coming out separately later on, but on the live stream he did say, like, you can get them first in this box. And he did, I think he said you won't have to wait long. But if that is true, that you have to wait, which it sort of sounded like he said both options, that you won't have to wait long and that you will have to wait. If you do have to wait, it's garbage. Games Workshop, please stop doing it. It's absolutely awful. I'm almost tempted to just redo this video and just tell you that right at the start, because I hate it. It's terrible. Let me know in the comments if you hate it as well. That's it though. Let me know your thoughts on the Warhammer previews that we've just seen. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.